By the time you finish watching this video, over 2,000 cyber attacks would have taken place worldwide. That's 2,000 businesses trying to recover, 2,000 security teams working overtime, and 2,000 more reasons why cybersecurity is the most in-demand job right now. But this is where it gets interesting. Some of the people getting hired to stop these attacks started with zero IT background just a few years ago. Yeah, that's right. Some came from retail, healthcare, even teaching, and today they're making $90,000 to $150,000 a year protecting companies from cyber threats. So if you've been thinking, is cybersecurity too technical for me, or can I actually land the job if I'm starting with no IT skills at all? You are in the right place. In this video, I'm going to clear it all up. I'll break down the 10 best beginner-friendly cybersecurity jobs in 2025, what they do, how much they pay, and exactly how to land them even if you're starting from scratch. By the end, you will know which security job fits you best and the next step you need to take. If you're serious about cybersecurity, watch this video to the end because the last job on this list might surprise you. And if this sounds like something you would like to learn more about, hit the subscribe button and like so YouTube pushes this out to more future cybersecurity pros just like you. So let's be very clear about one thing first. You don't need a deep tech background to get into cybersecurity. Most people in the tech field today never even study cybersecurity in school. I've seen people get into this industry from some of the most unrelated fields you can imagine, like teaching, sales, and even retail. And it's simply because cybersecurity isn't just about coding or hacking. There are jobs that focus on analyzing risk, managing security policies, explaining cybersecurity to companies, and these roles are in high demand. Now, let's talk about the highest paying cybersecurity jobs in 2025 and which one fits you best, okay? Each of these jobs doesn't require prior IT experience to get started. They pay well with salaries ranging from $50,000 to $140,000 and also has a clear entry path, meaning you can start training for them right now. What I'm about to walk you through are some of the best entry points into cybersecurity jobs that companies are actively hiring for right now in 2025. And later in this video, I will cover one of the highest paying beginner roles that almost no one is talking about, but companies are desperate to fill. So let's start with the first beginner-friendly cybersecurity job of 2025. If you want to get into cybersecurity as fast as possible, becoming a security operations center analyst or SOC analyst is one of the best ways to do it. This is the front line of defense in cybersecurity. Every second of the day, cyber criminals are trying to break in, just like what happened with X recently, and it's a SOC analyst job to detect and stop that attack before they cause damage. Most SOC analysts work inside security operations centers, which are rooms full of screens where analysts track security threats in real time. They monitor traffic, investigate suspicious activity, and then they respond when an attack is in progress. Now, here is why this job is one of the easiest ways to break into cybersecurity. Companies know that SOC analysts are entry-level hires. They don't expect you to have years of experience, okay? And they are willing to train you on the job. Most beginners in this role start out earning between $60,000 and $80,000, then upwards of $100,000 per year for SOC level 2 and 3 analyst roles, depending on location and industry. This is a great role for people who love problem solving, okay? You pay attention to small details and you like working with security tools. If you're the type of person who enjoys tracking patterns, catching errors, or investigating how things work, trust me, this job will feel natural to you. Here is something that is very, very important. SOC analyst isn't the typical long-term career. Most people stay in this role for about a year or two before moving into more advanced cybersecurity jobs. I won't even advise you stay beyond a year in this role, especially because of how quickly AI is automating SOC analyst tasks. But if you want a fast track into the industry, this is the best place to start. Now, later in this video, I will show you a cybersecurity job that pays over $150,000 a year that you can transition into after starting as a SOC analyst. So while SOC analysts are handling active threats, there's another crucial role that is focused on preventing problems before they happen. Let's talk about our second beginner-friendly job, the cybersecurity risk analyst. Now, instead of waiting for cyber attacks, risk analysts, they analyze security weaknesses. they predict what could go wrong, and they create security policies to prevent disasters. Now think of it like this. If a major financial company loses customer data, that's not just a security problem, it's also a legal nightmare. Companies can get sued, they can face government penalties, and their reputation can be destroyed overnight. That's why risk analysts are critical. They work with businesses to assess security risk and then ensure compliance with cybersecurity laws, and then make sure a company isn't making costly mistakes that leave them vulnerable to attacks. This role is perfect for people who love research, strategy, and then problem solving. So if you're the kind of person who enjoys looking at big picture problems and you like to analyze risk and also make strategic decisions, this job will feel like second nature. Most beginners in this role, they earn between $80,000 to $130,000 per year, and demand for cybersecurity risk analysts is skyrocketing, especially in finance, healthcare, and the government sectors. Now, the best part is you don't even need deep technical skills to start. Companies care more about your ability to assess risk, understand cybersecurity regulations, and communicate security policies clearly. Now, one thing is very clear. Here's an interesting fact. Many high-level cybersecurity executives like CISOs, they started their careers as risk analysts. So if you're looking for a cybersecurity job that can lead to executive level roles, this is one of the best paths to take. But what if you're someone who loves investigations and you love solving cybersecurity crimes? That is where this next job comes in. If you've ever watched crime shows where detectives, they analyze deleted messages, right? They recover lost data, or they track criminals through their digital footprint, then you already have an idea of what a digital forensic analyst does. This is one of the most fascinating roles in cybersecurity, and I'll tell you why. Because it's all about investigation. When a cyber attack happens, someone needs to analyze the evidence, track down the attacker, and someone has to figure out exactly how the breach occurred. That's the job of a digital forensic analyst. Now, these professionals, they recover deleted files, they analyze hacking attempts, and they also work with law enforcement agencies to investigate cyber crimes. Now, imagine a massive financial fraud case where millions of dollars were stolen through a cyber attack. It's the forensic analyst who would go in, uncover the data, and help track down the criminals responsible for that. This job is perfect for people who love to solve mysteries, working with data, and also analyze digital evidence. If you have a mind for puzzles, investigations, and finding hidden details, forensic analyst might be one of the most exciting careers for you, because in this role, typically you earn between $67,000 to $80,000 per year, but salaries increase significantly with experience, especially for forensic analysts who work in law enforcement or federal agencies. They make a lot of money. This is also one of the best cybersecurity jobs for people who don't want to sit at a desk all day, because forensic analysts often work on site, investigating data breaches in a real-world environment. So we've covered SOC analyst, risk analyst, and digital forensic analyst, right? Let's talk about the job role you've probably been expecting. I know, and that is penetration tester, or you might call this ethical hacker. If you've ever wanted to be a hacker, but legally, right, this might be the perfect cybersecurity job for you. A penetration tester or ethical hacker is someone who simulates cyber attacks on a company's network, just like a real hacker would do. Except, instead of breaking the law, they are getting paid to do it. Companies actually hire ethical hackers to attack their own systems so that they can find weaknesses before real criminals do. Penetration testers use tools like Metasploit, Bob Suite, and Nmap to scan for vulnerabilities, and then they break into applications and test security defenses. What they just do is they find the weaknesses, document them, and then help businesses fix their security gaps. Most beginners in this role earn between $90,000 to $150,000 per year, but experienced pen testers make well over $200,000, especially if they specialize in areas like cloud security or blockchain security. This job is perfect for people who love to solve puzzles, break things to understand how they work, and also stay one step ahead of cyber criminals. Now, here is what's really interesting. Pen testers or penetration testing is one of the few cybersecurity jobs where you don't necessarily need a degree or IT background to get started. A lot of ethical hackers start by learning on their own okay, competing in capture the flag, some challenges, and building a portfolio of successful hacks. Before I move to the next role, if you're getting value from this video, please give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button too. Thank you for doing that. Now let's move on to the next job that is exploding in demand right now, and that is cloud security analyst. Almost every company today is moving to the cloud, which means they need experts to secure their cloud systems from cyber threats. A cloud security analyst is responsible for protecting data, protecting servers, and these are stored on platforms like AWS, Microsoft Azure, and Google Cloud. Now, unlike traditional cybersecurity jobs, cloud security focuses on how data is protected in virtual environments, which comes with its own unique set of security risks. If a company's cloud infrastructure is misconfigured, now cyber criminals can steal data, launch attacks, or they can completely shut down services. That is why businesses are hiring cloud security analysts like crazy. Beginner in this role, they typically start out making $100,000 to $150,000 a year, but salaries go even higher for those with specialized skills in cloud penetration testing, DevSecOps, or identity and access management. And this role is perfect for people who enjoy working with cutting-edge technology and also securing large-scale systems. So if you like the idea of protecting massive data centers and learning the latest technologies, trust me, cloud security is one of the best paying beginner-friendly paths out there. Now, here is a key insight for you. Cloud security jobs are currently among the hardest positions to fill because there are not enough skilled professionals. If you learn AWS security, Azure security, or cloud penetration testing, you will skyrocket your chances of getting hired. We've talked about hacking and cloud security, but what if you want a cybersecurity job that's more about communication, problem solving, or working directly with businesses? That is where this next job comes in. Aside all other fantastic roles and tasks that we've spoken about so far, some others are about helping businesses choose the right security solutions, and then they get paid extremely well for it. A cybersecurity sales engineer. They work with companies to explain cybersecurity products, show businesses how they can protect themselves, and then close deals. Now, think of the fact that companies spend billions of dollars every year on cybersecurity products like firewalls, antivirus software, and network security tools. This ultimately means that they need experts to explain these products to them, help them understand how to use them, and guide them toward the right solutions. That is where sales engineers come in. Beginners in this role, they typically earn between $80,000 to $150,000 per year, depending on location and industry. But the biggest advantage of this job is that you can earn commissions on top of your salary. Some of the top performing cybersecurity sales engineers make well over $250,000 per year, simply by helping companies buy the right security product. This is an amazing career choice if you enjoy technology, but you also love working with people. You like to explain ideas, and you like to solve business problems. Now, here's something most people don't realize. You do not need deep technical skills to get into this role. I can tell you for free, many sales engineers come from backgrounds like business, marketing, or IT support. Those sales skills that you've owned for years are exactly what will help you stand out in this role. Now, so far, we've covered 6 best beginner-friendly cybersecurity jobs for 2025, but we're not done yet, because now we're about to get into some of the most unique, high-paying cybersecurity jobs that most beginners completely overlook. And remember, I promised to review a 6-figure cybersecurity job that requires no technical skills, right? That's coming up soon. So hit that subscribe button if this video is opening your eyes to new opportunities. We've talked about defending systems and ethical hacking, right? But there's a critical role that sits between these worlds: the vulnerability assessor. Identified weaknesses before either side can act on them. Think of this role as being the security inspector of a company's network. So instead of launching full-scale attacks like penetration tester, a vulnerability assessor scans the systems. When they do, they identify risks and then they provide reports on how to fix them. This is a great entry-level role because it doesn't require deep hacking skills. It doesn't. But it still gets you hands-on with security tools like Nessus, Qualys, and OpenVAS. all of which are used by top security teams around the world. Most beginners in this role, they start out earning between $70,000 to $120,000 per year, and companies are actively looking for people to fill these positions, especially in industries like finance, healthcare, and even in the government. So if you're the type of person who enjoys analyzing systems, writing reports, and improving security without diving deep into hacking, this is an excellent cybersecurity job to consider. Now, here's the best part. Becoming a vulnerability assessor is one of the fastest ways to transition into more advanced cybersecurity roles like penetration testing or cloud security. So if either of these roles are your long-term plan, you've found a good place to start. Now, let's talk about a cybersecurity job that it's all about reviewing and securing code, one that is perfect for people who have even the slightest interest in programming. And that's the role of a source code auditor. See, not all cyber attacks happen because of network vulnerabilities. Some of the biggest security risks actually exist inside a company's software code. A source code auditor is responsible for analyzing and reviewing code just to identify security flaws before they become a problem. So instead of focusing on network threats, code auditors work with software developers or software engineers to make sure applications are built securely from the start. This is a cybersecurity job that is perfect for people who have a background in programming or they're willing to learn the basics. You don't need to be an expert coder to succeed in this, but knowing languages like Python, Java, or C++ will give you a major advantage in this role. And most source code auditors start out making between $75,000 to $110,000 per year, and the demand for this job is growing fast, especially with the rise of AI-powered applications, blockchain, and cloud-based softwares. So if you're someone who enjoys digging into details of how software works and catching security flaws before hackers can exploit them, this is an amazing cybersecurity career path for you. Now, for the moment I've been promising you, a six-figure cybersecurity role that requires no technical skills whatsoever. If you've been waiting for a truly non-technical option, pay close attention to the cybersecurity compliance analyst role. Yes, a cybersecurity compliance analyst is responsible for companies following security laws, following regulations, and industry standards. Companies don't just need to protect themselves from cyber criminals. They also need to stay legally compliant with regulations like GDPR, HIPAA, and SOC 2, and even PCI DSS. If they fail to meet security standards, they can get hit with massive fines or even get shut down. Okay, that's where compliance analysts come in. Instead of focusing on hacking or coding, they work with business leaders, IT teams, and government agencies as well to make sure security policies are being followed. This job is perfect for people who are strong communicators, people who enjoy working with policies and regulations, and also want a cybersecurity role without deep technical skills. Now, here's why this role is one of the best kept secrets in cybersecurity. Companies will pay big money for compliance analysts. Why? Because the cost of non-compliance is often millions of dollars in fines. Most beginners in this role earn between $85,000 to $140,000 per year, and the demand for compliance professionals is skyrocketing as businesses face increasing cybersecurity regulations. So, if you want a high-paying cybersecurity career without spending years learning technical skills, this is one of the best places to start. Now, we've saved one of the most flexible and potentially lucrative positions for last. If you're someone who values freedom and variety in your work, this final role might be the perfect choice for your cybersecurity journey. If you want a cybersecurity job that gives you freedom, you want a cybersecurity job that gives you flexibility, and you want one that gives you the ability to work with multiple companies instead of just one, then becoming a cybersecurity consultant might be the perfect fit. Yes. See, instead of being logged into a 9-to-5 job at a single company, consultants work with multiple businesses. They help them assess their security, develop protection strategies, and also prevent cyber attacks. This role combines technical knowledge with business strategy. You need it too. And this makes it an excellent fit for people who enjoy solving problems, people who enjoy advising companies, and if you enjoy working with different teams. Most cybersecurity consultants start out making $90,000 to $150,000 per year, but experienced consultants can easily break into the $200,000 plus range and beyond. especially if they specialize in high-risk industries like finance, healthcare, or government security. So if you want a career that gives you the option to eventually start your own cybersecurity business, consulting is one of the best long-term paths to take. But there's a lot more you need to know about the cybersecurity consultant role that I can't cover in this video, a lot more. However, you have nothing to worry about, okay? I have an entire video where I did a highly detailed breakdown of how you can become a consultant, even as a beginner. Yes, as a beginner with no IT skills. You will love how much information you will get in less than the 30 minutes it will take you to watch this particular video. The link to that video will be in the description below, so go check it out. So guys, there you have it, the 10 best beginner-friendly cybersecurity jobs for 2025. Now, the question is, which one fits you best? If you made it to the end of this video, you're already ahead of most people who just think about getting into cybersecurity but never take action. I have more detailed breakdowns on the way, so make sure you subscribe. And I hope I'm leaving you today better than I met you. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.